Whippler's a Jersey guy, right? And I don't know, I don't want to offend any Jersey guys, but he has a little bit of there's a little bit of quirkiness there, you know what I mean? Where like he's gonna say stuff and he's gonna, have his little Jersey way about him. So I can see that. If we have a tea time at golf and we start at 12, he likes to show up at like 11:59. So he's one of those, that type of thing.
Is he kind of like the character?
Yeah, he's like your younger brother. You know what I mean? Like he's the younger brother that you gotta put in his place every once in a while.
Welcome to another edition of Brownie Bites here on YouTube. I'm Darrell Whiter coming in from Cross Country Mortgage Campus in Berea. Let's start with Shedeur Sanders, who was voted by fans as the Offensive Rookie of the Week. He threw for 364 yards and 3 touchdowns with an interception as well. He also ran in a 4th touchdown for the Browns in that loss to the Titans. Sanders being named the starter for the rest of the year, though, hopefully brings some stability and continued explosiveness to Cleveland's offense.
We've been taking it week by week and just kind of whoever's back there, but I think he's shown some really good things and made some big plays for us. Had us down there to try and tie the game last week, and it just gives him a chance to grow in this offense and see what we can do. I know we have some challenging defenses coming up, and it'll be a big opportunity. We want to try and give him his best opportunity to show, what he can do and how he can play in the NFL. And I think every game is for these quarterbacks is so good just to learn and get the speed in the game, and it'll be good for this year and his future. Yeah, he's doing a great job. If he makes those big plays while he's moving around the pocket, and there was a couple scrambles this last week that, the touchdown and then the one where he kind of just up the middle for like 15 yards or however far it was. Those are huge plays. It's going to make the defense maybe spy or change their thought process, and it makes defensive linemen like we got to stay in our rush lanes instead of kind of going crazy. And so if he can make big plays for us, like we're all for it.
Yeah, you could definitely see he's starting to be more consistent. You could definitely see he's feeling more as himself. I can definitely tell that each game we go out there, it's like you can tell he's settling in even quicker and quicker each game. And like I said before, it's definitely contagious. When you got a confident quarterback, maybe you go out there and be more confident when I play.
The offensive line losing center Ethan Pocic for the season is the latest blow to that group up front that has been shuffling lineups since week 1. Luke Whippler now takes over at center.
Luke definitely a hungry dog, so we gotta get that back connection going. But Ethan definitely it definitely hurt that he was out. Because the responsibility he took, in helping everybody whenever I was able to come in and have that different level of comfort, So I truthfully hope I could play with him next year, and I hope he's around next year. I really do. But I'm gonna make sure I'm around too next year. But Luke definitely ready to step up and do what he got to do. So. I'm thankful that we do have that hungry dog connection, that we able to get out there and get out there and feel back to normal, like we are in the practice field. But yeah, Poe, yeah, that hurt. That one for sure hurt, because he's definitely cool, down to earth guy. Always get here early, always man about his business, and it's just unfortunate that happened to him.
I mean, he was driving the ship, especially with these young quarterbacks in there. And the good thing, though, is Whippler kind of has learned from him, and he's had 3 years of experience in this league of, learning and kind of being that, backup and ready to step in. And I think he did a great job when he went in the game last week of just kind of directing things. And he's kind of taking that role over, trying to be demonstrative, trying to make those calls. I think the game plan is been similar to weeks past, where it's really condensed, really focused, and he can dive into it. So you miss a presence like Poe because he's done it well for so long, but you get a guy like Whip who's fighting for his opportunity as well. Yeah, it's been tough. You never want to see guys get banged up and things happen like that. You fight all offseason and try and keep your body in as good a shape as you can, and almost survive a season. And some of the stuff's just you can't fight it. but yeah, it's one of those things. I try and be out there for the guys, and I know everybody's trying at this point in the year. But it is crazy. Like if you would have told me at the beginning of the year, like you're gonna be playing next to Cam Robinson and Whip and Tev and KT, or guys like that. Like it just you never expect it, and then you go out there, and that's kind of what's kind of happened towards the end here.
Rookie linebacker Carson Schwesinger is drawing comparisons to Luke Kuechly of the Carolina Panthers, who won Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2012. Schwesinger seems to be on target for that award this season. He leads the team in tackles as well as all rookies in tackles. He also leads rookies in tackles for loss with 10. His 2 interceptions are tied for second among rookies.
I mean, that's the first time I'm hearing that, but it's nice to hear. But at the same time, it's every week I'm focused on going out there and trying to play my best game, and then really I'm worried about what the guys and the coaches in this building think, and really going out there and playing with them. I think he's somebody to just when he would go out on the field. There was another level that he would get to, and at the same thing he still was always making the plays, and I think one of the things I respect most is just when he's on the field. You couldn't find a play where he wasn't going 100% and wasn't around the ball.
As we've been mentioning, Sunday's forecast in Chicago sounds a whole lot of fun. Temperatures scheduled to be in the lower teens with sub-zero wind chills.
It definitely affects it. Like you have to, kind of prepare yourself a little different. Make sure you have some stuff on the sideline to help keep you warmed up. But I think it's getting to a point inside that you're warmed up enough so when you go outside you kind of maintain it. It definitely changed it. If it was going to be like 85 and humid, you'd probably, feel pretty good about it. But, it's kind of where we're at in the season right now.
On the field and stuff, they got the heated benches and the other stuff. And then once I'm on the field, I'm not really thinking about it. My mom always gets mad at me because she's like, "Why aren't you wearing sleeves?" And I'm like, I really feel bad for my parents more. They're not used to it, and they have to go sit there all game. So I think you just have to be prepared for everything. I mean, obviously, like you said, with the weather, when bad weather happens, you're going to get more runs, you're going to get more, shorter passes, and just expecting more of that. But it's not like they're going to go outside of their normal game plan. It's just you're going to get a little bit less of things and a little bit more of other things they like to do.
Here's your Thursday injury report. Grant Delpit returned to practice. He missed on Wednesday due to an illness. Meanwhile, Joel Bitonio, Jack Conklin, Mason Graham, Aiden Huntington, David Njoku, Dylan Sampson, Cedric Tillman, Denzel Ward, and Wyatt Teller all did not practice. Teller remains out for the weekend. Also, the Browns made the first installment of $25 million to the city of Cleveland this week as part of their settlement to allow the team to build their new $2.4 billion enclosed stadium in Brook Park. The Browns are also scheduled to make $5 million payments starting January 1st, 2029 through 2033. That's $25 million total, plus an additional $2 million in payments starting at that same time through 2038. Again, that's an additional $20 million, as the city of Cleveland will also be off the hook as far as costs to demo the stadium. The Browns are picking that up as well as part of this settlement. Thanks as always for watching here on YouTube. Don't forget to hit subscribe on the 92.3 The Fan channel. With the Browns in Berea, I'm Darrell Ryder for Sports Radio 92.3 The Fan.